Okay, what's poppin', people? Primary trout. Another set analysis. Took me long enough to actually find time to do this, but this is a set that I really wanted to talk about. Just because, actually, I'm going to go ahead and skip to when game one starts, just because I'm not trying to have this video be an hour long. But the reason I wanted to talk about this set in particular, well, actually, there's a couple reasons. One, because Cole is the GOAT, favorite player of all time. Two, because there seems to be a little bit of actually I don't want to use the word misconception, but there's a little bit of a stigma in ult that you can't really be aggressive. This game, for lack of a better term, rewards being lame, and of course, there's nothing wrong with being lame in a competitive setting. You're trying to win. There's money, etc., etc. But compared to games like Rivals of Aether and Melee, Ultimate's kind of slow. So the reason I wanted to pick out this set in particular, rather than just any old Kola set, is because both these players, Kola and Nairo, are actually two, in my opinion, the two most aggressive players. And obviously, there's Light. Light is definitely a contender there. You can put Light in your top two as well. I'm just saying, for me, these are the two I like the most, and they happen to have played a really good set that showcases this. So I really want to highlight how these two use aggression, because I feel like there's also something that people confuse holding forward and being aggressive. There's a difference. Holding forward is a bad thing. You don't want to do that. You can be aggressive and not hold forward. You can still wait and you can still hold back a little bit. And you can still be playing aggressive. There's nothing wrong with that. People also just automatically assume, holding back means you're camping. No. You can't approach everything in this game. There are safe moves. There are hitboxes. There are projectiles. You're going to play it patient. And you can still be aggressive. I just want to see.
So, the Kola matchup is the big difference right now.
Kola potentially looking to be the highest placing Roy.
So, I just want to, highlight,
Kola
at game start, look what Kola does. Just comes in immediately with the forwarder. This is of course, people are going to make the joke, oh, Roy mains, they swing at ghosts, right? In Kola's head, probably assuming, Nairo is also an aggressive player. He's going to come down with an aerial or come up with an aerial. He just guessed wrong in the 50-50 scenario. So, next time this happens, if they start PS2, he's probably going to come down with the forward air. Nairo comes down with the forward air, also knowing that Cole is a very aggressive player, probably just wants to immediately come down and start scrapping. So they're both kind of swinging at nothing, but they're both calculated guesses in a sense.
Potentially looking to be the highest placing Roy in this tournament, even though he does play multiple characters.
Something else I want to highlight is that something that Nairo does a lot is he throws out a lot of just neutral airs and forward airs because they lead into combos, obviously. Palutena's main combo starters. And what that does is, even if you lose neutral here, see he's at 7%, Cola's at 0. If he lands that neutral air, he only has to win neutral twice as less time, well, half the amount of times as Kola does, while doing more damage because he's hitting combo starters and Kola's just hitting straight hits. And that's also part of the playing the aggressive game. I don't want to say fish for, but you want to hit your combo starters if you're playing aggressive. You don't want to be oh, I just want to hold forward and hit them. No, you have to know what you're hitting them with.
This tournament, even though he does play multiple characters. All right, again, very aggressive match is going to be happening, and a lot of neutral airs coming out from Nairo. Very fantastic job trying to shield.
Like that.
Are we going to see some more upsets? Kola said, hey, yeah, you are.
Again, Nairo knowing that Roy has very strong ledge trapping, so rather than letting himself be put in a quarter situation, just goes for the immediate up B, platform cancels it, we're back in neutral. But Kola's ready to catch it, because Kola's reaction time is actually insane.
Really start to turn things up, and now he's cutting the lead just in half right here. Yes, in the forward.
I like that too. This is another part of playing aggressive. It's something that Kola himself calls defensive mashing. Is when you'll put out a safe hitbox out of hit stun. Again, noticing that Nairo likes to go in and assert his advantage. Kola throws out a forward air to try and stuff that out and keep him out. And then keep up his own pressure after getting that hit.
Please get off me, man.
That shields the forward air, gets a grab.
It's like the armor onesie. Hands off the onesie.
All right, and watch out right there. Nairo almost getting jabbed into back, and that would have been a confirmed KO.
And the edge guard. Oh, actually. Okay, I don't know what happened. I think they traded. Yeah, Kola again with the defensive mashing. Throws out the forward air, knowing that Nairo likes to assert his advantage. He throws it out and catches Nairo slipping.
But Nairo crazy.
And he's able to make it back too.
Okay, wait a minute.
Again, Nairo is just that crazy. He went way off the stage to try to get that KO.
Again, even though it didn't hit, same principle.
Again,
Kola knows that, okay, Nairo's going to try and throw something out. I'm going to throw out this up air. But, dash tech's invincible, so it kind of circumvents that.
But just probably wasn't expecting it that time around.
But do you blame him, though? I mean, again, it's Roy and Palutena. Palutena should be going off stage versus Roy, but again, it goes back down to the Kola matchup. I mean, yes, there are things you do versus Roy, but you need to know how Kola is going to recover right there. And I like how he got up off the ledge.
Look at how Kola just doesn't let go. He's kind of smothering Nairo a bit, even though he's at such a high percent. Good catch.
Backed out of the way, but doesn't even seem to matter at this point because Nairo digs deep, finds a way to take that stop.
He's playing more aggressive. Again, the forward air. I feel like Nairo needs to, at this point, Nairo's going to start shielding them, probably, or just outspacing them, like a dash back and then with punishing with dash attack. Although Roy Fair has very low in leg, so again, it's a safe move that Cola's throwing out, knowing that Nairo likes to assert his advantage.
Even footings.
I was expecting the double dash attack that Nairo likes to go for at lower percents, but doing a fantastic job taking off Roy, and I can see right there that Nairo's actually looking for that neutral air to end it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, up
Shield.
shield.
It's like Roy's main out of shield option. He doesn't have much.
Oh, yes, and then the jab right to the back there. Some tried and true Roy combos. Nothing out of the ordinary. Hurts all the same every time you see it. It doesn't matter.
And then Nairo does. Excuse me. Nairo does the exact same thing. Knows that Cola's very aggressive, so he comes down with the neutral air, stuffs out his approach. Very smart.
Okay, gets that back air. Try to take him off stage. Hopefully gets that down throw. Okay, down throw. They did nerf that.
Both these characters have very strong ledge trapping.
As you can see,
And then, that's annoying. It's smart for Nairo, but it's annoying for
win
Kola.
from the down smash to be able to get that KO on Kola.
That's right, going with the win indeed. Nair through the platform, applying some great pressure. You might want to get from up off of there, man. You know, that shit looking awfully tiny right now.
Yep.
Okay, look for these back airs right now. Neutral airs are doing a good job at least getting stage control, but we do need a jab into back air. Oh, or even jab into F2.
Yeah, got the sour F2.
That's something else I want to like highlight. If you're gonna be an aggressive player, you gotta like have your parry game up, because even though parrying's like not optimized in this game, because like it's not something like say in a traditional fighter or in Rivals or even power shielding in Smash 4, you don't get much. Like you still get a lot out of it. You don't get as much as you possibly could in like any other game. But it's still very important to get up, especially in a game with as many zoners as Ultimate. You want to have your parry game up if you want to be aggressive. And Kola has very strong parry game.
For the neutral special, obviously don't charge them too much.
I probably shouldn't pause every time I want to.
Don't even think about
just because like
the
neutral
fall
stuff.
down
And then again, I'm not trying to make the video an hour long.
Quarters, if I may say so myself, but for
Again,
how much
back
longer
at a
all Nairo
disadvantage.
needs is that one opening, and I feel like Kola is certainly well aware of that.
Hey,
So we're
Kola,
starting to see
throwing out
how
these
much
double neutral
longer
layers.
all Nairo needs is that one.
Because it's a combo starter, and it'll net him a lot of damage, even up the percent, because Roy gets a lot of damage from Nair, Fair, Nair.
More fall away forward airs, more fall away nairs as opposed to the pro.
Well, actually, he read the DI wrong,
at the
but
beginning of the game.
if had he had done it correctly, he would have evened up the percent. This time again, Nairo knows that Kola likes to press buttons at a disadvantage, so he uses the invincible dash attack to stuff it out and still get his advantage.
Do that neutral air to get things started. 91% needs a little
Another
bit more
dash
percent to try to get the KO, or at least needs to get Kola in the air, so then he can do the up air. Oh, right in front of the face. I always get scared whenever Nairo does that auto reticle, like so close. So I feel like he's gonna get punished hard. However, it's
Another
only 33%.
forward.
Yes.
Very
and jumping
smart.
right through Palutena and the explosive flame to open up for a forwarder. Really good right here, but
Physical
what
jump.
is he going to do to be able to stop the bleeding? Nairo certainly has his number here. I love the forward air attempt. And yes, has to go as deep as possible. Oh, wait. Why did he think he was going to come in?
I'm not too sure. Maybe he thought he was gonna air dodge in or something. But we got to be very careful. Nairo at 70%. This is KO percent pretty much for Palutena, especially with the way Roy plays. Get away from the ledge.
Is that stop? Oh, no,
Not
it's
going to
not.
be enough. Fantastic DI right here from Kola. And then again, knowing how to get between Palutena and
And
the
again, it's
explosive
just
flame.
getting out the
Nairo
ledge
tossing
against
every option
Palu.
out at him right
Good
now
parry
because he
again.
knows,
Like
he
you gotta
talks
have that
about
parry
here,
game
one
up.
solid option.
Again.
Watch out. Okay, that down tilt leads you to a lot. No, it's not gonna be it right there.
Okay.
Barely mistimed somebody. Again, not trying to make this video an hour long. And again, I want to talk about, we saw like at the start of game one what Kola did, full hot there. So he's probably going to come down, immediately comes down and then gets the fair and then gets a quick 45%.
Really has to bring to the table.
Very,
That says
very
a lot
nice.
about this young man's play style right here.
A whole lot. And keep in mind, they apparently nerfed the neutral air of Palutena, but that's the thing about the nerfs. And
Good catch. See, that's something else that Nairo's been doing a lot. To avoid the ledge traps, he's been up being.
keep in mind, they apparently nerfed
And
the
then
neutral
Kola
air of Palutena, but that's the thing.
fakes the ledge. I don't know if y'all can see my mouse. I'm sharing my screen, so you should be able to. But if you can't see it, I'm just going to say that I'm pointing at the ledge. Kola stands here to bait the ledge trap. And then Nairo up B's here. Kola immediately runs in and up airs to cover the platform that Nairo's been teleporting to. So good adaptation.
The thing about the nerfs in this game a lot of times, like they'll do a nerf
Good
and
parry again.
It does matter. It does have some sort of effect, but
Sure.
a lot of times not too much. However, oh my. Okay. That's side
Almost.
beat from Roy.
Even if Nair has been nerfed like you said, and it doesn't it doesn't KO off stage. The fact that you're still hitting.
And again,
Roy
now it's
off
Kola's
stage,
turn to ledge trap.
that is-
Again,
that
both
stage
characters
is
have very
enough
strong
right
ledge
there. Even
trapping.
the slightest tap can be enough to just really ruin
Nairo finally
Roy's
punishes
entire
jab. That's something a lot of people don't do versus Roy. They don't realize that jab's not safe. It's like minus 12. You can grab it.
Whenever you're at really high percent, especially very close to the ledge. So Kola having a pretty good lead right now.
Like a lot of people just let Roy jab on their
hold
shield.
on to it.
I don't get
Nairo
it.
certainly made percent leads and stock leads disappear in the blink of an eye. But Kola cut from a slightly different cloth here. Nice.
Again, Kola throwing out a lot of combo starters, like Nairo, up there. Comes off aggressive, gets another parry. And I don't know why he's trying to catch the roll in. Like, Aggro has not rolled in. Maybe he has, and I just didn't catch it. But he's been rolling out a lot.
How long it takes for Nairo to get hit to that.
I like to randomly mention I'm happy that Kola, salt.
Something else. Like, you gotta have good spacing if you want to be aggressive. Like, what is this cat doing? My fault, y'all. He's running around. But yeah, like, obviously this jab's not spaced. That's not what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna wait for it to happen.
I like to randomly mention I'm happy
that right there, that forward air, good spacing. If it hit, he had more aggression. Like, he had more ground to cover because he would have put Nairo in the corner again. Possibly could have covered another up B to the platform. Could have put him in a ledge up situation. And even, it got shielded, but he spaced it. So he's still in a pretty good spot. Still has the lead. Still being kind of safe, but still in his face.
Traveling to a lot more events because I'll see Kola be in his region going literally even with Toast. Like, he'll lose a set, Toast will lose a set, and I'm like, these guys are really good, and I need to see them come out and prove their stuff.
Good catch on the jump. I don't know. I don't know if Nairo's been jumping there. He's just been like up Bing. So Kola probably tried to catch the startup of the up B. Because, like, Palu doesn't immediately disappear.
That's right, man.
But he ended up catching the jump regardless. Good grief. Cola's cracked. Why does he go for this stuff and it works? I hate it. When I go for it, it doesn't work. So I'm not a top player.
Do me for a loop right here. No back here for you, but gets the sour.
Again, another parry. That grab was definitely a misinput. I don't know.
You are in the arms of the Angels indeed, sir.
Maybe it wasn't.
Out to the blast when he goes. No 3-stock right here, but still has the lead.
Good spacing. Really good spacing, knowing that. Again, Nairo likes to apply the same thing Kola does. Likes to go for that neutral ladder disadvantage. So Kola adjusts his spacing very nicely. Kind of fades back before getting back here.
On the same stage we were playing on before, too. So we might see a change up of stage coming out from Nairo. Nairo, very confident player. Like, a lot of times he'll say, I don't care. I'll just beat you back on the same stage and destroy your mentality.
That's right. He shot out to Nairo too, not to sidebar too.
Not trying to have the video be an hour long.
He was winning down some of these young guys.
Okay.
So. But then again,
this time on town, so obviously the PS2 factor doesn't matter. Well, I mean, game start aggression still happens, but it's not like, oh, I'm gonna run off the platform. If he runs off the platform, he's gonna get hit with this. And that's something that like Mars does too. Like Mars will come off the PS2 platform with the Zaire. Because, first of all, it's safe. Second of all, if it hits, it combos into up smash and he can get a lot of damage. If it misses, it's like lagless, so it doesn't really matter. So that's something Mars does a lot too off the PS2 platform. But on Town and City, again, I want to look at Game Start here. I want to see what they do.
Legends from back in the day still throwing down with some of these young guys. So,
all right, just run it. Oh my gosh, why is it here? Ultimate, please.
But then again,
so they just run in safe, spaced combo starters such as Nair.
Nairo's not very old himself. I mean, a lot of those brawl tournaments he was winning, and he was like,
good catch on the platform. Not really much Nairo could have gone.
He's only at like 30%. He's got the side B to start.
Because you just know, dude. Double advance is not to be played.
Another parry from Kola.
I need to see more of those neutral airs coming out from Nairo to get connected. I feel like we have more.
Another Nair at a disadvantage, and it nets him so much. This is what I'm talking about. You go for that defensive matching. You catch them trying to assert their advantage state, and then you get a lot of damage off of it. Kola's now pretty much even.
Absolutely.
Only 2%. That was definitely.
Yes, get off of that platform. And how do you?
Because Nairo uses smash stick, right? I'm not going to pause for it, but another good. This time finally catches the wall. But Nairo uses smash stick, so he definitely wanted to come off back air there. He got the forward smash instead.
Wow.
Lost the stock.
No, play the safe. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, he's dead. He's dead.
Goodbye, sir.
Yeah, like air dodging off stage and all. It's not bad, but it's like in those situations, if you don't have a jump, you're kind of just dead, especially versus Palu. Again, Kola comes in with the neutral air.
That's right. Like, no, you don't.
And then throws out the back air immediately and covers himself. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I want to talk about this too. Because like I said earlier that Kola has the best reaction time in Ultimate. I stand by that. Well, I mean, Leo. Kola has the second best reaction time in Ultimate.
That's right. Like, no, you don't got this.
Look at this. So normally in this situation, the dare would spike and then it would get a tech chase, right? Kola does that a lot. He recognizes that the dare sends him up and just immediately goes for the up air instead of the tech chase. Because like instinctively, most Roys would go for the tech chase here because like, oh, up air dare spikes. Kola recognizes. Oh no!
Whoa!
And that's something else. Another part of aggressive play. You have to have really fast reaction time.
I'm scared, man.
That's such a scary position for Nairo too. Kola's presence.
Caught the jump and the neutral get up. Oh, dash attack. Okay.
Yo, what's going on? These guys are flubbing stuff right now.
A lot of spaghetti, K-Tar. You hungry?
I'm super.
I don't really think it's flubbing. They're just being aggressive. Yeah, side B's broken. Limit cross last. Let's go. Limit cross last.
Full stock ahead. So let's see if Nairo can do the same thing he did on the last stock and be able to just bring it back with a couple of conversions.
Let's Let's see. Oh, whips the grab. Not a good thing to do up close and personal, especially with Roy. Obviously, he's a little different than Mark.
And something else that top players do. I'm not gonna pause for this. Something else that a lot of top players do is they like make quote unquote bad moves. Again, these dash attacks from Kola. Roy's dash attack is objectively an awful move, but the way Kola's using it right now, he's not really. He's not missing him. He only missed one of them, and he's getting a lot of damage up this. Because like normally you don't have any reason to dash attack as Roy when you have pivot cancel or F tilt. But like Kola's using it really well.
Just some of these exchanges have not worked out in Palutena's favor. Probably wouldn't hurt to get Kola off stage.
Good grief! Look at this! Look at this! That's just another part of aggressive play. You gotta know how to assert your advantage state, knowing that your opponent likes to press buttons out of it.
Probably wouldn't hurt to get Kola off stage.
That was a questionable air dodge, but like, let's be real. Where was he gonna go?
Something's up with this tournament, man. There's something in the air.
Like Kola's moving.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a quick close it out.
Yo, this region needs to come out more. Kola.
I want to like look back at some more stuff.
It's looking even, but Nairo still an entire
another upper at a disadvantage.
Let's see
Smart.
He needs to edge guard right now.
That's right. You cannot afford to try to beat a smart Roy down in the neutral. Let's try to play to his weakness.
Again, knows that Nairo's been grabbing a lot when he does grounded approaches because like the only thing Palu really has on the ground is dash attack and grab. Kola's going to start shielding those dash attacks because Nairo's been hitting a lot of them. So now he's going to go for the grab. Kola spot dodges it, gets the down tilt. And then doesn't lead to the stock, but it's just another spot dodge grab. And then that's what leads to like this situation where Nairo has like nowhere to go.
He took off the stat badge. He took off the time, and Nairo gets caught on this platform. Let's go ahead and take
oh wait, no, this is a replay. I thought I skipped too far.
Kola and full get crazy.
Good. Oh my gosh, how long is this gonna take?
Like that. He looks bored or annoyed.
Yeah.
Let's see if they do it again. Yep. Immediately comes down, gets the forward air. Nairo wins the trade. Now he's gonna get his damage in.
All right, and it looks like we're going back to PS2.
46 off of
that Kola was able to take the last game on last time they were here. And it was like a JV2 stock as well. So
again, this time they're playing patient, but it's still like again, you can't hold forward in this game. You're gonna play patient at times. So Kola recognized, his approach got stuffed out. All right, let me play it patient a bit. Let me wait. Let me not, try and be too overzealous. We're just gonna use our movement for a bit. Something top players are very good at is just moving around, getting a feel for the other player. So yeah, this was a whole like. Let me count here. How long they went without actually hitting each other.
When it was like a JV2 stock as well. So it seems like Nairo saying, hey, let's just go back here.
The whole 10 seconds passed before one of them actually hits the other.
That's right. His mentality is completely shifted right here.
So you can still be patient and be aggressive at the same time. It's all about knowing when. It's the application of knowing when to do which.
Kind of in the passenger seat here for obvious reasons, not really allowing him any free access points in on some.
Kola finally gets some percent on the board.
Beautiful right there by Nairo, doing that empty hop to try to mix it up.
Yeah, and recognizing that like whenever he did a grounded grab, Kola spot dodged it and got a down tilt or some sort of like combo starter. So instead he goes for the tomahawk grab, knowing that Palu's aerials are so threatening, Kola's gonna want to shield them. I'm gonna get the grab instead.
And this is a very strong start coming out from him. If he can take the stock right about now, it'll be a really strong hit mentality.
Another down throw, not gonna get the back. Oh, he tried to catch an air dodge. Another grab, and there it is.
Right to the blast zone you go. I like that. I didn't
only 6% on Nairo. I want to talk about that too, like how he just kept Kola in the corner. Let's see. Catches the normal get up.
A very strong start coming out from him. If he can take
now it's Kola who has Nairo's back to the corner, but he overextends with the nair. And that's what costs him. Now he's in the corner again. Nairo recognizes that he shields. Quick reaction time, gets a grab, puts him off stage, tries to read nair dodge, doesn't get it. Kola goes for the defense. I'm talking way too fast. If you can't keep up with me, I'm sorry. Kola goes for the defensive forward air. Nairo shields it. Kola didn't space it because, like, again, when you're in the corner, you don't have as much space to retreat to. So Kola couldn't really space it without the threat of sliding off stage. This allows Nairo to get another guy because this was like before Palu's grab got nerfed, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. This was like Frostbite 2020. So, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the timeline for that is. This looks like a pre-patch grab, though. I'm gonna be real. This does look like a pre-patch grab.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's pre-nerf. That's pre-nerf. Okay. So, this time finally gets the stock. Just a lot of, just one overextension from Kola, and then Nairo just capitalizes it as much as possible. And now, he gets 50% off of it, 62.
This is definitely looking very much in Nairo's favor. Okay, this is the Nairo we're expecting to see. And the thing is, when you let Nairo get this confident, he's not losing.
Yeah, he's tapped in. I don't think Nairo blinked once.
Catches the jump, because both of them have been jumping out of disadvantage a lot. And that was a good mix-up. he hadn't done that before.
I mean, without
And
that,
this is something that top players are good at doing. They mix it up. They don't pick the same options. Nairo finally throws out something different. The up tilt. Kola hasn't seen it yet. Kola gets hit.
Most definitely. Oh, the up tilt, yes. Keeps him off his feet, and then the immediate forward air right off the top platform. So you showed your hand a little bit too
And
early.
then again, Kola's been shielding in the corner a lot, but finally gets some damage because they explosive flames him. Yeah, that's a commitment right there. It's laggy. It's super laggy. Kola's gonna react to that. Okay, I'm gonna pause this and get my cat down because I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it's distracting me. I don't want it to be in the background of the video. Okay.
on this because of the fact that Roy, one of
Professional
the earliest
YouTuber.
killers in the game,
Kola gets a neutral layer, and I like that too. He faded back because he saw that the first hit actually got shielded. Fades back, it still hits, so he fast falls it and then starts pushing his advantage again.
So he can do that once and then.
So I'm talking about like Kola's reaction time. His recognition of situations is so good. Again, catches another up beating the platform, and now Kola's in the, or Nairo's in the corner.
Gets the butter knife tap. Yes, more butter knives.
All right, I'm down. I'm hungry. Okay, spaghetti butter knives. Let's see what's happening.
Let's see how
Good patience too.
Nice. Gets the
And patience is part of aggression because when you're not hitting a button, when you're just standing still, you have access to everything in the game. All of your moves you have access to.
Nice. Gets the
As opposed to like if you're dashing, you don't have as much access to all of your stuff. Another up tilt to catch the landing.
Above Nairo like that, he's really good at catching on how you're going to try to recover, especially if you don't land on the ledge.
Yes.
This has been great adaptation from Nairo, recognizing that he's like down and he's on this tournament game right now. If he loses this game, he's in loser's bracket.
Wow, that was just a mean run right there. 3 stocks on the horizon here. Cola's really struggling.
No, that was. I don't know about that DI, but a good disadvantage again.
Cola's really struggling to
catching Nairo's dash back spacing.
I don't think I've ever seen Palutena splash screen right there. That was you know, the prettiest death ever.
All right, getting something started right now. Kola.
Double jump up here. Oh, I don't know about that side. That was definitely another misinput.
At least put himself in a better position. Get that stage control.
Wait a minute. Yes, never up underneath. And he's pressing a lot of buttons on Palutena's shit. And I think Nairo's kind of elected to not quite play
another tomahawk grab.
Again, we were probably talking about, you know,
that lasted for so long. Oh my gosh.
Bait and punish type of play style. He knows that Roy's
Kola's gonna start carrying these. Hold on.
He touches shield, Nair comes out.
Okay, close to that insular, but extends a little too far. However, still
again, mixes up his option out of the corner. Done that jump there before Kola wasn't ready for it. And again, he's in a disadvantageous situation. Let's see what the ledge trap is again. Again, now Kola mixes it up and then gets another parry. Just to jump side B off ledge.
Alright, but again, Roy, very much like a melee character where you're able to sometimes get those scales really early. So it's a situation where I can't imagine Kola just giving up right now, but don't want to land on Nairo.
The DI check and the up throw. That's not death. Oh my. That's death. Wow.
A game of 5, you know what? No one anticipated.
They nerfed that move too. This was post-patch narrative. Gosh.
Both of these 2 players not allowing.
Palu's broken. He's getting broken.
He's really nervous too. I'm really nervous. I'm like kind of
back on PS2. Let's see who wins the drop platform more this time. Nairo waits actually. They didn't do the thing, but if you like look, Nairo waits this time. Double jumps back. Still gets caught though.
Alright, let's go ahead and get it. Game number 5. Wow. Oh, strong. Oh,
yeah, that voice mess. Yeesh. This time the defensive up air out of hit stun. I was like, okay, I'm not going to let you get anything off of this. I'm going to keep my advantage up. Catches the upbeat of the platform again. Nairo's got to stop doing that. Nairo's got, Kola's got the long mods. Reads the air dodge too.
He's actually going to land on that platform, went right through. And yes, these tilts, he's getting so much mileage off in these ledge trapping situations.
The ledge trapping again. Roy has strong ledge trapping. Catches the defensive nair. Again, just slightly the micro spacing from Kola.
Oh my gosh, and that's a stun already coming out from Kola. Nairo needs to do something hard to bring it back. He's pretty much an entire stock.
Professional YouTuber.
Quick, fast, in a hurry. Okay.
Again, this is one thing I forgot to bring up when playing aggressively in Ultimate. You gotta overshoot your moves. And if you don't know what overshooting is, it's where rather than hitting your opponent where your opponent is, you hit where your opponent is going. So if you know your opponent likes to dash back a lot, like say here, Nairo likes to jump back. So Kola, instead of nairing here where Nairo was, he nairs here where Nairo jumps to. Overshooting is very good for being aggressive in Ultimate. You got to know how your opponent likes to move and catch onto it and then be able to punish it with something like a nair, which is a combo starter for Roy. You know, if you're playing someone like Luigi, you can like overshoot with a forward air. If you're playing ZSS, you can like overshoot with her forward air, you know, etc. You just gotta know your character's options.
Double fair. Yes, backs off. Can't go for the trip. All right, wrong firing character, homie. Okay, you're getting the punish.
Oh, this time I want to see that grab again.
Can't go for the trip. All right, wrong firing character, homie.
Dash. Oh, he dashed back. That's why. Okay. I thought that was something else.
He is playing so wacky right now. That's the thing about Kola. He's always been a wacky player, but it's like he turned on maximum wackiness. Like,
Yeah, Kola plays like Kola is rational. I like that upper though, because Kola has not been air dodging at a disadvantage. Which air dodging in this game isn't as strong as other games, or not other games. It's just Smash 4. It's yeah, it's like it's kind of laggy. So he hadn't been doing it. Now he gets the up air, very smart. Evens up the stocks.
I love these cross up nairs. Immediate up B didn't quite get the hit he was looking for. So now he's on the receiving end of some.
Now Cola's air dodging a lot, and I feel like Nairo's gonna start catching on to that.
And Nairo being the Nairo kid himself, able to bring us back so far.
I think he saved him there. I don't think Roy was magnet handing in that situation.
Yes, that's the mark.
Good catch. This was a tweet from Solo, like literally yesterday. He said, "Stop doing roll from ledge. It's not a good option." And the reason he says that is like, it's probably the most reactable ledge option in the game offline. Let me specify offline, because Wi-Fi in this game is bad. And I will always say this. Yeah. Good. That was such a good catch, too. Because it's like, he's been grabbing a lot when Nairo was shielding. Both of them have been grabbing a lot. So it's like, what's he going to do? Rather than spot dodge, which is something that Roy's are really good at punishing, because like spot dodging versus Roy, it's a death sentence. He jumps, trying to jump over the grab, which would allow him to get a back air. Cola's back on the corner. Kola says, no, I'm going to up air this. Catches him, and now Cola's in advantage. Another defensive forward here. That's back here.
I will win that big national. I feel like he's trying to make it this one.
And again, this is what I'm talking about, like roll. Such a reactive option. And most top players are going to cover that first, because it's like, that's the quickest way to get out the corner that isn't just running, because, you can't run through your opponent in this game, so that option's kind of gone. So most people will kind of like roll. And that's stock, yeah.
Yes, I love that adjustment.
Like Roy's just kind of vulnerable off stage, and Nairo's exploiting that as well. Character knowledge is another big thing about being aggressive.
Going deep, 46%. Parry. Oh,
Mr. Parry.
All right, they're saying one more stock. People are definitely in the crowd rooting for Nairo right now. But keep in mind, he's fighting Roy.
Another parry.
Very, very strong KO power from this character.
Yes.
Again, they're playing this, this waiting game. Goes like, all right, I'm sitting at 47%. Nairo's such a good player. I got to respect that. You can be aggressive and you can still respect your opponent.
Let's see how many of Roy's boys are out in this audience right now. Okay, Kola looking really good.
Another 10 seconds pass without them actually hitting each other until Nairo gets that dash attack into the up air.
He needs to land on the ground. If he cannot land on the ground, he won't be able to get anything going off on Nairo in that last hit of neutral air nerf. But
okay, bit mispositioned.
All right, not too much happening from that one grab.
Another parry from Kola.
But remember, he's still fighting Roy.
Okay, follower for it, yes. Keeping him pinned down right there on the right side of the stage. We're going to go for the back throw. Yes, explosive flame.
That's not stock.
But very bad situation right now for Kola.
Forces Kola to expend his jump and then gets the normal get up catch with the back air. And again, let's talk about that. Because every time Nairo's been going here, again, I'm not sure if y'all can see my mouse, so I'm kind of just praying that y'all can and I'm not messing up. But Nairo's been going here. If you can't see it, he's been turtling under the PS2 platform to catch rolls. This time, he stands there, but he actually just covers the neutral there. So he gets the back air and he closes it out. So now is the set. Some things I want to touch back on is I'm not going to like rewind because we don't have to. But good grief. Okay. But some things I want to like talk about that we discussed today. So the first one is overshooting, catching where your opponent's going rather than where your opponent is. Very important. Being able to read their movement. The second one is defensive mashing. Of course, you don't want to do this every time because good players are going to catch onto it. What's wrong? But it's a really good option if you know that your opponent likes to press their advantage state. You just got to know what your character has. The reason Kola and Nairo are getting away with it is because Palutena and Roy have disjoints. If you don't know what a disjoint is, it's a move that's hitbox, isn't part of your hurtbox. So it's kind of like safe to throw out because your opponent can't really hit it without getting hit. So it's kind of safe. Kola was using the forward airs, Nairo was using the nairs, keeping each other at bay, knowing that both are aggressive players. And the last thing I want to talk about, what else did I say? This is like PS2 exclusive, but knowing how your opponent likes to start the game as well is very important. And it applies to the town and city game as well, where they waited a bit. And then they were able to catch on to the movement. Now Kola wins the trade, gets the damage. gets the combo, gets a lot of percent. And then the last thing was it wasn't let's jumping. I forget. It was I think it wasn't parrying, even though I did talk about it. Shoot, I'm professional. Yeah, just keep these things in mind. Keep it in mind. Overshooting, which is reading your opponent's movement. Disadvantage or defensive mashing, and then game start aggression, which kind of only applies to PS2, but can be applied to other states. Oh, Battlefield 2, kind of, because like you start on the Battlefield platforms, and then I guess small Battlefield 2, and then if your region has Unova legal as like a starter or something, or kind of pick, it applies to Unova. The only stages it kind of doesn't apply on is like FD, Town, Kalos, Cave, etc. But yeah, well, I mean Smashville too. But Smashville's kind of smaller. You start kind of close to each other, so I guess it kind of applies there. So like, yeah, just kind of like keep these in mind. Ultimate still an inherently defensive game, but you see people like Kola, people like Nairo are still able to be aggressive because they know how to do it right, and they know how to not just hold forward and just mash, right? Like from the untrained eye, it does look like they're both just mashing and disadvantaged. But I assure you, had Cola's forwarders gone more punished than they did, he would have just stopped doing it the first time. He wouldn't have kept doing it. But because they didn't get punished until like the very last game, until Nairo won, he kept doing them. And then that's what allowed Nairo to take the game. Kind of like a conditioning thing where now it's like, okay, I'm going to let you think that this is a safe option, and I'm going to punish it when it actually matters, it being the Game 5 situation. So that's all. I don't really know how to end videos. You can kind of just stop watching. This reminds me of something I saw on Twitter. Like, what is a conclusion paragraph? Just stop reading. The same thing here. But I've been Primary Trout explaining how to be aggressive in Ultimate. This is only like my second ever analysis video, so if it was kind of sloppy, I kind of apologize for that. I'm trying to like clean it up a bit, trying to be a little bit more professional, trying to not have my cat in my room when I'm recording. And yeah, that's all.